Thokozani bogogo nabomkhulu, makhosi amakhulu, makhosi amahle. Hello, good people. My name is Gogo Mpho Kamudi. I'm called Domzamo Nyamagaishi Manzini Bovungane Hlase Mkhathini Makibakangwane Sibalukhulu Makatuzela Vilakazi Nkabinde Chauke ingane kaShenye Buthelezi Nyawose. Okay, I want to talk about cleansing. Ukuthi when you consult, hello good people, when you cleanse, in fact, when you do a consultation and you are told that when you're told that you have not been cleansed, in fact, that you need to cleanse. That you need to cleanse because ulaliswa notokoloshi. And when you say you have been cleansed before, but let's say when you come to me as Ugogo, Mpho Kamudi, or Prophet Dr. Mkhulu, and I tell you that, look, you I don't know you, we've never met, you've never told me your problems. Because me now, when I do consult, I don't prefer that you tell me your problems. I want to start by telling you everything else so that you know that I didn't refer to what you have told me. I start by telling you everything else that your ancestors are saying. I tell you everything. And a lot of times when I consult, ancestors like to start with the gifts. And the gift and imimoya. Let's say when you've got a lot of spirits that you are carrying. Ewithwele abogogo nabomkhulu makhehla zinhlondlo izalukazi namakhehla. So I start by explaining in detail how does Nzunza come into your space, your life, how does the spirit react, whichever spirit you would possess. So I would not have asked you, I would tell you everything else that you need to know. Bese, I talk about your issues. I talk about your problems. I will talk about your ailments. You've got issues with this and this and this. Yes, it depends on what problems you are facing. Bese, I tell you what you need to do. I'll tell you that, okay, there's a togoloshi that comes to you. And by the way, a togoloshi, it's an animal. It's a spirit animal that ethunyelwa ngendlela wemoya. Kusho ukuthi if you are a woman, a lot of times people that have got a dogoloshela lisanabo as umuntu wesifazane, as a woman, and you have a dogoloshi that is made to sleep with you. This thing enziwa ngendlela yomoya is abathakathi. It is sent by a man. But it comes through by a sidli. So it means when you are fed with poisonous muti, this demon tracks you down and it will appear as a man in a melalana way, but it is an animal. That's why we call it isilwane, because it is an animal that is sent to you, but it comes in the form of the person that has sent it. It comes in the sex, at the gender. It represents itself in a gender that it represents itself. Let's say it is sent by a man. It will appear itself as a man, but it is an animal. It's isilwane. That's why we call it isilwane. So we call it isilwane because of it is sent to disguise, to hide its identity, because it's witchcraft. It is sent because it is an evil doer's work, because it is witchcraft. So you can never see the person that has sent it, unless if you know ukuthi ubanok tagatai, unless if you know that you have been bewitched by a certain woman. So if you are a man and you made to sleep with itogolosh, it means that togolosh is sent by a woman or anybody else that has sent it. So it will come as isilwani, but it will appear in the gender of the person that has sent it. If it is sent by a woman, it will come as a woman. If it's sent by a man, it will come in a gender of the person that has sent it. That's why sibiza isilwane. Okay, so I'm trying to explain ukuthi when I tell you that when ulaliswa notokoloshi, if I tell you that you are being sent with an evil with an evil it's an evil ghost. It's a ghost that is made to sleep with you, to have sex with you. When this thing yenziwa ngendlela yomoya, uthunyelwa izinto. So I don't want to go deep into that because I'm trying to explain that I don't want to lose the plot here because I'm trying to explain the fact that when you consult and you are told that when ulaliswa nesilwane, and when are you trying to explain and reason that look, I have been cleansed, khale ke hlapa ke hlapile gangata ke khale ke fiwa meriana ke hlapa. I've went to different people, I went to different people to cleanse, but I'm picking it up. I am detecting that when there's a tokoloshi that is made to sleep with you, it means it's a second. It means it is still there. Because there is no way that I would know, there's no way that I would pick it up, there is no way that I would identify that problem if your ancestors have not told me. Because any information that I would detect, it is your ancestors that are telling me through mine, or they speak to me directly. It depends. Sometimes the ancestors, they would speak to me directly. Agwande mkhulu, togoza gogo. They are in agreement when I acknowledge them. So if you have been told that when unesilwane, and you say you give an argument that when you have been cleansed, okay, it means you have not been cleansed. Isilwane sekhona. Same applies to isidliso. Same applies to isidliso. If you have been told that if I consult you, I'm talking about myself, Lan. If you consult with me and I tell you gogo or mkhulu, unalisijiso jisito, hence that you've got the tokoloshi, because there is no way that you can be made to sleep with a tokoloshi without isidliso. Isidliso is a way about pepetayo, but they chant your name several times. They chant your name several times, and they call your name. They call your name. After they call your name, they instruct the demon to follow you through that imiti. So there is an instruction that that miti must be fed to you and a tokoloshi must come. Okay, I think I've mentioned enough. I think, yeah. So this how this comes to you. So, and if you give an argument also that you are fine. Okay, not you are fine per se. You are not 100%, but you have been given tea to cleanse, and you were told that isidliso has been removed. Idliso selikhitshwe. Mara when you are still sick, you feel things moving in your stomach. It means that idliso, that poisonous moody, is still in your stomach. You are sick, you've got a headache, you've got leg problems, inyawo zakho ziyavutha mlilo, your ears are blocking, you've got blurry eyes, you are dizzy, and don't tell yourself it's ancestors or science. Because if I tell you that sijiso, your ancestors are telling me, there is no way I could know. You have not told me. Because Mina, I advise people that for you to know that ancestors are connecting with Umakosi or me, don't tell me anything. Let me tell you what they are saying. Then you know that your ancestors are for sure connecting with me. Without a doubt. I can tell you that. So, I was trying to clarify that when, even if you said you have cleansed, but you dream of umuntu ulale, when every time you dream of having sex with someone, you dream of umuntu ulele nomuntu, when you and noma ungakhumbuli ukuthi wena wawulele nabantu wenze cansi, you wake up uyajuluka. When in the middle of the night uyajuluka, umzimba wakho umanzi and isitho sangasese sikhathele, yeah, you it's painful, yeah, your bums are tired. It's like when you were sitting in a maybe in a chair for a very long time. Those are the signs that my ancestors are giving me. So if you pick up those signs when you wake up in the morning, when you are agitated, you are depressed, you are angry, you want to cry, uzizwa ngathi uzophalaza, you don't want to eat, ulaliswa notokoloshi and unesidliso, because these things, they go hand in hand. You cannot have utokoloshi when you have not been fed with poisonous muti. Umuti, they chant your name and they send you utokoloshi. That's how these things happens. And a lot of times zihambisana inhlabathi yamathuna. Kusho ukuthi isidliso kuthathwa inhlabathi yamathuna, the soil from the grave, that the dead spirit follows you and the tokoloshi follows you. Because I have noticed with people that I have consulted for the past months that this is a trend. It's a trend. It is happening a lot. And you'll find that when uhanjiswa nezithunzela eziningi kakhulu, always you're feeling tired, you've got this uvalo, you are not free, whether you're driving, whether you're walking, and abantu bayakuzonda. So these are the symptoms, whether you like it or you don't want to hear it. If you're going through this, it means unesidliso, uhanjiswa nezithunzela, and ulaliswa notokoloshi. It is a trend. This combination I see in a lot of people that come to consult lana amagcene gogo nomkhulu. I see a lot of people are having that kind of a challenge. So if you have that problem, get help. And you can't cleanse outside, you need to cleanse inside, because lo doti lokunqola kade kudliswa kusele emzimbeni wakho kumele ukhitshwe. You need to cleanse izinto zibuyele la zivela khona, zibuyiselwe kubanikazi, because when you cleanse, when you drink imithi yokukhipha isidliso imbiza, all your problems, we're sending it back. I send them, not we. I send them back. Me and your ancestors, because it will be your ancestors' instructions. So where they come from. Yeah, where they come from. And I get to the bottom of it. It means I will get to the bottom. Kushoguti, when I get to the bottom of the problem of everybody else that was involved in poisoning you, the person that was making you sleep with utokoloshi, or the person that is making you walk with ghosts, I will track everything back to the sources. Whoever that was involved, because ancestors normally, when I heal abantu mina, I've noticed that ancestors, they track each and every single person. It means whoever that was involved in poisoning you, ukutagata, ukukulalisa notokoloshi, they will track them down. They will return everything else to the person that has been bewitching you. Your money taken, gula, kubisola, everything. So the pain you suffered, the loss of money, loss of income, when you were not well, 10 times, 20 times, it's returned to the people that were doing this to you. It doesn't matter ukuthi ungubani lo muntu kade ekuthakatha emdenini, emphakathini, kuphi nendawo. They will get the same punishment and more. So when you all of a sudden see people also bawusondelane nabo ba-acta in a way ongatholi bakutshela the way wena uthakatha ngakhona, they found out that when you've returned their things to them. So all of a sudden, when you see people hating you after you've cleansed, they hate you again. Okay, let's say they hated you when ungakagezu, but then after you cleansed, people, you dream of people benza izinto, and when uyababhaqa nje you catch them red-handed. It means your ancestors are answering uthi we are returning. I know people abanye, they've told me ukuthi ay mina ngaphupha umuntu eso lo kade ngihlupha. So they will receive their punishment. Akwandi.